Botanical allies. Alright, what are we looking for here? The Nightfall. Lilium hesperides. I vaguely recall my grandmother studying the Nightfall when I was young. That seed packet in Grandma's vault. The Sapphire Gloom. Cythurella coryllia. Judging by the name, I don't believe this to be an edible mushroom. Oh wow, we got 4 plants. The Cradle fern. The past years, these ferns have drastically declined on the banks, so I feel compelled to research any changes in their environments. Alright, those are in the bedroom. These are in the study. Brook, chalice. Ranunculus condatus. My friend wrote to me about the Brook chalice, which made me want to research them. Seed packet in the attic. Alright, lots of clues this time. Well, let's look around. Find those seeds, find those clues. The fox and the crow. One evening, a fox was in search of something to eat for dinner. He saw the crow sitting on a tree branch, holding a big piece of tasty cheese in her beak, so the fox came up with a plan. He walked up to the crow and complimented her shiny black feathers. The crow was suspicious of the fox and kept her beak tightly closed on the cheese. The fox kept on charming the crow, describing her as the most majestic of all birds, with a big, strong beak. Oh, what a song that beak must make! It must be the song of a queen. Please, beautiful crow, let me hear it. Flattered by the praise, the crow forgot all about her suspicion and also her dinner. So she opened her beak wide and to utter her loudest caw, and down fell the cheese straight into the fox's open mouth. Well, well, well. And that, my friends, is why you should not sing. That is the moral of the story. Okay. Alright, so that's clearly a code we gotta figure out. What's... Okay, that's just particle effects. It's not something I can interact with. What else we got going on in the library? Oh, a book. Wonders of the Night Sky. Great. Okay. Don't really see much I can do here immediately. And other than, like, potentially open this, but I don't... So we got a moon with stars. We got a fish. We got a sun, a rising or setting sun, a bird, and a rabbit. Do I have any context for these anywhere else in the game? Good question, good question. Not really. I don't think. Could be like Folktales or something. What else do we have here? We can go upstairs. There's likely going to be something of value up here. Oh, okay. The upper part of the library. Great. The Hare and the Tortoise. At midday, a hare and a tortoise took a walk together. The hare moved quickly and noticed the tortoise struggling to keep up. The hare laughed and challenged the tortoise to a race. The tortoise accepted. A course was decided and the race began. The hare immediately leapt out of sight, but then laid down to take a nap, sure that the tortoise would never catch up. The tortoise plodded slowly on, making his way towards the finish line. When the hare awoke from his nap, he opened his eyes just in time to see the tortoise slowly crawling across the finish line. The proud hare had been so sure that he would win and underestimated the tortoise. As the tortoise crossed the finish line, he exclaimed, "Slow and steady wins the race." Well then. Okay. Alright. So, I'm thinking... Okay, the rising sun. Great. So these are clearly the books... These books clearly correspond to those buttons down below. The question is what I'm supposed to be ordering them by exactly. That I know not yet. The golden fish. One bright morning, a poor fisherman caught a shining golden fish. The fish cried, "Please let me live. I am not a fish, but a prince enchanted by a wicked spell." So the fisherman let the fish go free. When the fisherman's wife learned of this, she demanded the fish grant a wish in return for its freedom, a cottage instead of the hovel where they lived. So the fisherman returned to the shore, and the fish granted their wish. But the wife was greedy and demanded riches, a palace, and the servants. All the while, the ocean became darker, and the shore was black with dirt. Finally, the wife wished to be so powerful that she could grant wishes for herself. In return for this greedy request, the fish revoked all of the wishes it had granted. After that, the ocean became blue again, the shore clean, and the fishermen never saw the golden fish ever again. Interesting. Okay. Your company is respectfully solicited at a New Year's ball, to be given at Somerset Hall, Thursday, 4th of January, 1860. Supper is at 6 o'clock. Good music in attendance. E. Grimes, proprietor. Okay, New Year's ball. Sounds delightful. Alright, so now, we know what the buttons are referring to, but we don't yet know how they're supposed to be ordered. How do I get in the library? I got in the library after I had completed chapter... What are we on? We're on chapter 4 now. So I got in chapter 3. I finished chapter 3, and then there should be a letter at the gatehouse, and that will tell you what the code is to the library. But no, you can't, or you shouldn't be able to access it until you finish chapter 3. Okay, so... As for these, hope that helps. We got Wonders of the Night Sky, the Rising Sun, the Tortoise and the Hare, the Crow and the Fox, and the Golden Fish. The question is, how are they supposed to be sorted exactly? It's not entirely obvious, is it? And I feel like we probably should have everything we need. Like, I could just maybe sort them alphabetically? Maybe? It's like F for Fox. W for Wonders of the Night Sky. So F, W. What else? Over here, we've got, this is the hare, so H. So F, H, W. Rising, R. F, H, R, W. Wait, hold on. Yeah. And this is G. F, G, H, R, W. Alright, so... Fox and the Crow. H. No, G, Golden Fish. The Hare and the Tortoise. Rising Sun. That was worth a shot. It could be... Do I have authors on these other books? No. Wonders of the Night Sky. So, okay. It has to be something that I could deduce just from, like, the symbology and the titles, because I don't have any content in these other books to go off of, and I don't have authors. So it has to be something to do with the title specifically. That or maybe, hold on, 2 candles? Is it to do with the candles? There's 0 candles here. Are there more candles elsewhere? This one has 1 candle. Okay, hold on. We might be onto something here. This one has also 1 candle. Dang it. And arguably 2 if you count this one. That one has 1 candle. Okay, the candles don't seem to be relevant, unfortunately. Rising Sun. The Rising Sun. My man. The Rising Sun. Okay. How else could we sort these by? So we tried alphabetically. We could sort them by... And it can't be anything to do with the content of the story itself, because we don't have that for 2 of them. Hold on. Cousin, wash your hands and accompany me. You won't find a husband at the bottom of the garden. Tea. I mean, this probably doesn't have anything to do with it. Grimes, proprietor. No. Not sure there's anywhere else I can go presently, other than the library. Really, so... I feel like I'm missing just one thing. I need to know what I'm ordering these by. That's what I need. Not sure if that's something I need to, like, find elsewhere. If, like, it's going to say, oh, by the way, you got to sort it alphabetically based on the third letter of each title. Or if it's going to be something I'm supposed to intuit based on what I already know. Let's look around and see if there's anywhere else we can go. Obviously, we can't get into the study yet. Could the card have anything to do with it? So where? Olive Campbell? Doesn't seem relevant. Modern methods of teaching. And this is the entire library hall. Like, this is the area that was unlocked. So it's got to be something to do with, like, in here, I would imagine. Modern methods of teaching. Nothing, just chairs I can sit in. Hourglass, maybe. I can look out at the garden. It's pretty pretty. Lots of paintings. I mean, it must be something to do with this. I mean, it's something to do with the books. What information? I've got the titles. That's all I really can go off of. I mean, I could have maybe sorted them by... So the hare and the tortoise. That's 5 words. I could sort them maybe by quantity of words in the title, but... The Rising Sun is 3. The issue is if any of them are tie in that regard. I'm not really sure there's anything I can do. And then there, 3. So it can't be quantity of words in the title. I'm not seeing anything about where they're at. Like 2 plants next to this one. 1 plant next to this one. Like, it can't be quantity. 0 plants next to this one. Hold on. Okay. There could be something here. We got 1, 2, and 0 in terms of plants next to the stories. But this is a 2 again, so that's a tie, which implies that likely isn't the outcome needed. The books themselves laid out on the shelves. I doubt that's relevant. Mushrooms. Wonders of the night sky. There's a 0 for plants here. Where are the other plants supposed to be? Is it possible some of the other plants are places I've been before? The vault. Okay. Study, we can't get into yet. Bedroom, I don't think we can get to yet. I haven't seen it, at least. And attic, we haven't seen. So we gotta solve this. Ooh, this is the toughest puzzle in the game yet. That's for certain. Complete collection. We got cheese. 1 evening. Oh, okay, hold on. I get it. I got it. Okay. This takes place in the evening. This is night. We have the rising sun, which obviously is going to be first. We sort them by time of day. 1 bright morning, which I think takes place after the rising sun, in theory. Over here, at midday. Oh, okay. All right. That took a bit longer than it probably should have, but I like that sort of puzzle design. It makes you feel clever once you finally get it. Okay, so we got rising sun. I didn't pay attention to which was which. Crow is in the evening, so that's going to be the second to last. I believe hare was midday. That's what makes most sense. Yeah, fish morning, hare midday, crow evening, night. There we go. To the vaults. The London Record, and Weekly Journal of Literature, Science, and Art. Lindley appointed chair of botany at University College, London, after an esteemed early career as assistant secretary to the Horticulture Society and admission as one of the youngest ever fellows to the Linnean Society. John Lindley plans to elevate the science of botany. He spoke thus in his inaugural lecture. It has been very much the fashion of late years in this country to undervalue the importance of this science and to consider it an amusement for ladies rather than an occupation for the serious thoughts of men. Lindley also challenged the Linnean classification system and proposes many changes. Okay, interesting. Oh, we got art. Sunset, 1st of May, red, orange, yellow, pink. Sunset, 22nd of May, blue, yellow, pink, orange. Sunset, 8th of July, blue, purple, pink, orange. Okay, that's probably going to be relevant at some point. That is a lot of sunsets. Sunset, 14th of October, green, blue, pink, orange. Sunset, 29th of April, purple, red, orange, yellow. There we go. Nightfall seeds. Okay, we don't have much info regarding the seeds, but hopefully that'll change soon. Oh, we got a key to the study. Lovely. Lovely stuff. Nightfall progress. I've been trying to encourage the nightfall to bloom for a little while now. I'm determined to prove it's more than just a myth. So far, I've deduced that the flower opens at sunset and only during a particular time of year. When exactly that occurs still remains a mystery to me. I shall plant a few more seedlings tomorrow and continue my research. Tasks for this month: monitor nightfall seedlings, rose planting list, collect field samples, seed collection. Alright, Grandma. Thanks. I will take up your work. Sunset, 25th of June, blue, purple, orange, red. 12th of September, blue, yellow, orange, red. 8th of August, blue, purple, red, orange. Okay, well, let's go to the study. That will likely hold some interesting answers, I hope. Some clues, at least. Okay. Arabella, I have more books from the department that may be of interest for your research. One, I recall, was a favorite of your father's. If you have any trouble when you visit the college, tell the secretary you are collecting materials for your uncle. So long as they are returned before summer ends, the other professors won't notice. Best of luck with your research, Uncle Theodore. All right, thank you, Theodore. Appreciate it. What's this book about? Mushroom food sources. Just like plants, fungi need food sources to grow strong and healthy. However, some fungi haven't always had access to nutrients through soil, and have evolved to retrieve it in different ways. This means they have become carnivorous, because they only acquire the nutrients they need by consuming other living organisms, such as flies, bugs, and plants. Some mushrooms even get their nutrients from feeding on another type of fungus or parasite. Mushrooms growing on a tree is usually a sign that they are consuming the tree, so you should remove them immediately. Not always the case. Okay. I guess the carnivorous ones would not always be the case there. Okay. Meadow of Orchids of Britain, collected and researched by Professor J. Montague, assisted by R. Brown. Man, I didn't get credit in the book? Lame. My dear friend, I have been pondering these last weeks what could be the best way to see your remarkable flora reach the wider world, since it is so seldom we are able to see our work published. Considering your uncle's reputation in the scientific field, have you considered asking him to publish your herbarium under his name? It may not give you the recognition you deserve personally, but it would be a way to reach your goal of adding to the scientific record of botany. Do consider it. I would hate for such important research to stay hidden away. With warmest regards, Anne. I shouldn't have to publish under a man's name. I should be able to get it out myself. Alright. Ooh. An egg. Another 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 egg. And you won't believe this? Another egg. Alright, hello. Tree diseases, rather. Red tree pox. If a tree is infected with red tree pox, many small red spots will be visible on the bark. It can usually be cured by adding fertilizer to the soil of the tree. Hypoxylon Hypoxylin causes black patches to form on the bark of the tree. It is usually a sign that the tree is lacking in hydration and won't stay alive for much longer. Root parasite. The root parasite is a fungus that forms purple rings on the bark and roots. The parasite leaches the nutrients that the tree retrieves from the soil. Eventually, it causes the tree to dry out and lose all of its leaves. There is currently no known cure. Bark rust. Bark rust is a disease that isn't very harmful to the tree. It is usually caused by excess hydration and too much sunlight. Okay. Learning about the tree diseases. Okay, we got some sapphire gloom. And not really seeds, I guess spores more so, I would imagine. Okay. Is that all that is of note in the study? Nice view. Not really of note, though. Alright, so we have the spores. We should probably try planting the spores and figure out what happens. And these eggs have to be relevant somehow. No idea how yet, but we'll see, I suppose. Okay. I can try planting the mushrooms. We'll see if that does anything. Wait a minute, hold on. Is this tree diseased? And if so, what is it diseased with? The fungi eat parasites. The fungus eats parasites, I bet. Okay. There we go. Water it. Alright, thank you, mushrooms. And now, we're going to put you right there. Place it there for a moment. And you are going to eat the parasites on this tree. What did I tell you? And now the tree is going to bloom. It's looking much better, and I can get up there. Lovely, lovely stuff. Okay, now I suppose we can add that to the record. The sapphire gloom is a widely misunderstood mushroom. It grows commonly on trees, and as opposed to popular belief, the mushroom consumes its parasites rather than the tree itself. And we know this because of the mushroom book, and of course, the tree diseases. Alright, that was an easy one. That was pretty simple. Glad to be of assistance, though, to the tree. And now we can go upstairs and see what's up over on the other side of this landing. Man, things are looking so much nicer in here. I will say I'm still not quite in favor of the idea of having a tree indoors like this, but whatever you want, I suppose. Okay, hello. The Trapped Fairy. Oh, that's a cute little painting. Dearest Arabella, I was taking a walk along a river in Somerset recently and noticed a sight that I just had to write to you about. In the water, I saw the Brook chalice blooming. I've never seen or heard of it flowering before. None of my books mention of it. It was so beautiful. Do you have any idea what would have caused this? Ever your friend, Edith. Okay. The chalice blooming. I cannot get to the attic yet, so we'll go this way. Oh, what's this? Cradle fern. Okay, there's eggs in the cradle fern. That's interesting. That's interesting indeed. Alright, more growing materials. Clark Aquatic Weed Removal. Do you have a pond? Do you want to swim in it? Is it covered in slimy weeds? We are specialized in removing the following weeds: algae, Himalayan balsam, brook chalice, duckweed. Make an appointment today. Clark & Co. Certified Weed Removal and Agricultural Services. Okay. Interesting. Somerset Society for Wildlife Protection offers a petition to be presented to the Honourable House of Commons. In recent years, hunts have been taking place near the Somerset rivers. Tragically, this has led to the decline and even extinction of some bird species. No longer can we hear their beautiful chime-like calls. We call upon the government to regulate hunting near the rivers of Somerset. We ask that they respect the breeding times of wildlife. If you agree, please sign below and return this letter to us. No expense attends signing. Your signature, Arabella Green. Okay. I'm an activist, too. I'm a scientist, I'm an activist, I'm everything you want. The Cradle fern. These are endangered, it would seem. The Cradle fern. I assume that they have something to do with the eggs. The Trapped Fairy, a Folktale. Written and illustrated by J.R.R. Kelly? Alright. Once upon a time, there was a little fairy who loved gazing at her own reflection in the water. She lost track of the time, and the day turned into night. Nyx, goddess of the night, noticed. The little fairy, the moon was shining bright, but the fairy only had eyes for herself. Nyx took offense and decided to punish the little fairy. Nyx placed the fairy into a nightfall and cast a spell on her. She fell in love with the moon and gazed upon the sky all night. As dawn approached and the sun arose, the spell broke, though just as the fairy awoke from her enchantment, the flower bud closed and trapped the fairy for eternity. Okay, so it's a flower that only blooms at night, it would seem. Good to know. My dear Anova, never forgotten. Oh, my poor kitty. Oh well. Dearest friend, it seems our interest in visiting the private plant collection of Lord Spencer has gone unacknowledged. While disappointing, I am not sure it is worth pursuing scientific study in such places. On my recent visit to Brinsby, the young man showing us around had barely a basic knowledge of plants, and due to there being a large group of gentlemen in the party, all useful time and erudition was devoted to them and none given to Constance and I. Let us plan another trip of our own, and perhaps we can see these specimens in their home habitats where they belong. Ever your faithful friend, Eliza. All right, thank you, Eliza. Glad you're looking after me. Oh, that's not a seed pack. I thought it was a seed package. I got excited. Essence of Arnica flower. Witter & Co. Chemists. For sprains, strains, and joint pains. Okay, catchy. Tincture of red clover. Carmine and red clover seems to soothe hot flushes. Okay. Not sure how that's relevant to plants, but sure. Alright, the washroom. Oh, we got a boiler. Oh, that's nice. Alright, that's gonna need water. That's gonna need to be fixed. There we go. Just doing some amateur plumbing, like you do. No, you gotta... Okay, I guess we're going this way. Ah, yeah, T, there we go. There we go. Plumbing completed. Wilson Plumbers. For all plumbing and water system needs, to Lady Arabella Green. Alright, service quote. Installation of disconnected pipes. Dear Arabella, here is our quote to repair the geyser in your bathroom. The cost might seem high, but trust us, it's a complex job best left to the professionals. Have a nice day, Frederick. Yeah, complex. Sure, it's complex. I just did it myself. DIY. A hot bath at the turn of a tap. The number 30 bath geyser provides a rapid flow of hot water. Simply turn the tap and instantly hot water will appear. Can be used multiple times in a row without any extra cost. Okay. Question though is, to what temperature do we want the water to be? Presumably this is necessary for a plant of some nature, but I don't know which one as of yet. Okay. Any further things to look into here? Did I read this? Yes, I did. Okay. Alright, that seems to do it. So what plants do we even have currently? There's the Nightfall. There's the Cradle fern. There's the Brook chalice. And the Brook chalice is what I assume we would need the water for, so I don't think we even have that seed yet. Where is the seed supposed to be, actually? The attic. Alright, do I have access to the attic yet? Looks like I just might, but first, what's this? Dear Lady Arabella, I wanted to thank you once again for your invaluable contributions during our recent meadow orchid research expedition. Your keen observations and deep knowledge of orchids was so helpful. Your dedication to the field is an inspiration to us all. I look forward to future collaborations and continued exploration of the botanical wonders that surround us. I will put in a good word for with the Botanical Society. Most sincere, Professor Montague. Oh, I'm getting some recognition. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, got the attic key. Perfect. Just what I need. Somerset River Trust. River swimming this season. Dear members, we want to make sure you can all enjoy swimming this summer, so we have cleared the most popular rivers in Somerset of all aquatic weeds. No, not the aquatic weeds. They're pretty. The River Cam, the River Chew, and the River Summer have all been cleared of weeds thanks to the services of Clark's Aquatic Weed Removal Company. Thank you for your continued support. Thanks to your monthly donations, the rivers of Somerset are clean and weed-free. Monthly donations can be made by appointment or subscription in writing to, whatever. Official Government Health and Safety Warning, 8th of August, 1890. It has been brought to our attention that the factory of Barton Iron Works has been illegally dumping scrap metal in rivers across Somerset. These rivers are now polluted with rust, making them unsafe for swimming. Do not swim in the following rivers: River Cam, River Summer, River Chew. The River Frome was also affected by the waste, though, oddly, the river is completely clear of rust pollution. We are still researching what led to the effect. The Mayor of Somerset. Let's see, the River Frome is where they did not clear out the water, so therefore, I believe this plant must have rust-clearing properties. Good to know. Dearest Arabella, I'm writing to share with you an exciting discovery I've made in the botanical studies. As it turns out, that some plants are particularly sensitive to sound and seem to thrive when exposed to music or melodies from their natural environment. I hope to share more of my findings with you in the near future and would be delighted if you could join me in my research. Yours, sincere friend, Marianne. Thank you. Okay. Oh, Rivers of Somerset. Okay. Average temperatures, this is good. The River Axe has average temperature of 10. River Parrot. We're looking for the River Frome. Average temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. Good to know. 25 degrees. Very reasonable river temperature, right? Like 30-ish is like where, like the reasonable temperature in Celsius, right? Like how, 70s is like the reasonable temperature of Fahrenheit, thereabouts. Bird calls. Okay, interpretations from nature written as easy-to-play melodies to enjoy at home. The shoveler duck, the blue heron, the shelduck, the pintail, the golden mallard, the crested owl, the silver magpie, the red-billed moonwren, the teal, and the tufted duck. Okay, I know exactly what we need to do. Here. All right. We are going to make a fern. All right. Plant that soil. I want the cradle fern. We're going to water that. Trust the process here. I know what I'm doing. I am a professional at this. All right. We place the fern right here. Great. We need to go back down and find... All right. Remember those eggs, chat. Remember those eggs. Remember them. They're like blue teal-ish with like teardrop-looking patterns on them. Seem maybe somewhat large, but I don't know. It's hard to tell because that depends on the size of the fern, obviously. Right over here, what egg looks similar? Not this one, not this one, not this one, not this one, not this one. I'd probably say this one, but we'll check them all just to be thorough. Alright, yes. It is a crested owl egg. Perfect. And now we'll go back. We gotta play the bird call for the crested owl. I am, nearly certain of it. Alright, crested owl. Here we come. Which is... E, C, D, E, G, F. E, C, D, E, G, F. E, C, D... E, G, F. What did I tell you, Chad? What did I tell you? Okay. The cradle fern. Lechnum nidus. The cradle fern is used by the crested owl as a nest, and in turn the plant has grown dependent on the owl's chime-like call to grow. Alright, and we found this because of the, let's see. The bird calls, yes. Additionally, there was the government notice? I don't really... The fern painting for sure. Not weed removal. Yes, the bird eggs. Not really the fairy painting or the research or the sunset. I don't think the petition... What else did we use? Not the geyser, not the trust. What was the government notice about? Letter about melodies, perhaps? Let's take a look. What do we have here? Letter about melodies. Where was that? Okay, so this is the letter for... I don't think that's what it was referring to. I think it was the notice. Okay, no, that's not to do with that. This is also not... That's to do with the water thing. There was the letter about melodies. As it turns out... Okay, yeah. Melodies definitely helped us. I don't know what the 5th clue is necessarily. It's possible we haven't seen it yet, I guess. Letter about melodies. And one more thing. Not the petition, not the story, not the geyser, not the trust. Not the research. Not really the letter about weeds. And certainly not these. Okay. Well, we'll fill that in later, surely. Alright, now we gotta go to the attic. Where is the attic? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I mean, it's gotta be nearby, right? There it is. Oh, hello. Moths of England. Neat. Moths spotting calendar for Southwest England. Okay, interesting. The flower-growing companion, gardening curiosities, trapped moths. Sometimes a moth can become trapped inside a flower, but if it closes in the morning, or a flower bud if it closes in the morning. The moth is then forced to use the flower as a resting place until it opens again later. Some flowers only bloom for short periods during the year, so if the moth is unlucky, the flower bud won't open again until many months later. Is this real? Really? Huh. Okay. So that seems to me like that's probably the real-life explanation for that, like, fairy story. The sight of plants. Some scientists have theorized that plants have photoreceptors in their leaves and stems which allow them to see the color of light. This means that flowers can tell the time of day and know when to open or close their buds. The exact time that flowers bloom is different for each flower, but most do appear to respond to light and the color of light in some way. Horticulturists and botanists have made use of this knowledge to trick difficult flowers into blooming at any time they like. Okay, interesting. So that's probably going to have to do with the paintings. Hello, projector. My dear niece, I fear the window, may be closing for you to find a suitable husband. I have arranged a dinner for you to meet my neighbor's son, Edward. He is successful in business in London. Your cousins, William and Thomas, may well aspire to become accomplished scientists, but for you, Arabella, it is better to make yourself useful in the small duties of life, for which you will be loved and appreciated. Your studious nature will no doubt be valuable should you have a son, but it would be foolish to allow such a folly to come before the important things in life. I'm confident this is what your parents would have wanted. Dinner will be from 5 o'clock on Sunday. Remember to wear a becoming dress. Yours, very sincerely, Aunt Agnes. Okay. And thanks for looking out for me, I guess. Oh, there we go. We got the Brook chalice seeds. I'll look forward to growing this, for sure. The Botanist Digest. This month, in conversation with Professor Montague, leading expert in British meadow orchids, in his words, every plant, every leaf, and every meadow holds secrets waiting to be unlocked. My aim is simply to uncover some of those mysteries. Professor John Montague, renowned botanist, sheds light on his groundbreaking work in the world of meadow orchids and other botanical wonders. The decades of research and numerous publications to his name, Professor Montague's contributions to the field have been nothing short of revolutionary, including discoveries of new species such as the Dactylorhiza Montague or hood marsh orchid. Okay. Noted. Thank you, I suppose. We found a mallard. Nice. Alright, well, I think I know exactly... Oh, what's this? Oh, we already did this. I think I know exactly what to do with the water plant. So I guess we'll just go ahead and do that, because why not? A rusty pig. We're going to bring this with us, by the way. Just as some evidence. Some evidence. Where is the bath? Over this way? Great. Now to determine what's the ideal temperature. It was like 25 C, I think. Oh no, lower. There we go. I need to actually plant a flower, don't I? Where do we have some flower planting areas? Okay, right here. Give me a pot, give me some soil, give me the Brook chalice. Okay, it should grow in 25 degrees Celsius water. Hopefully. If not, I might add a pig to the mix. Okay. Now give me the pig. I was gonna say, I was pretty sure that should work. And it has. Oh wow, it's so pretty. Man, they were getting rid of these weeds, they're great. Alright. Ranunculus condatus. The brook chalice prefers to grow in rivers with a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. The plant naturally filters the water from rust and metal. Unfortunately, they get removed often as most people prefer their ponds to be weed-free. And we knew this because of some various things. There was the weed removal. There was, of course, the river poster, the river trust, the bath geyser, the government notice, and was it the petition? No, hold on. It was something else. Letter about the weeds. There we go. A letter is sort of like a petition, if you think about it. Alright, so that leaves... I guess the only thing we haven't done yet is the Nightfall. Okay. Let's take a look at this, then. I think the moths likely is going to be of use. This is the complete wrong area. We need to be over here. What type of moth, though? Like, there's loads of moths. And we can, like, see here the moth counter. So this is when the moths are out, typically, I guess. Okay, so we want to know when the flower is blooming. Presumably the flower is not blooming when the moths are out, because the moths are trapped in the flower, in that case. So, let's go back to the vault and see what months, specifically, Grandma had as sunset months. Because I'm presuming she probably painted those when she saw the flower blooming. So we had May, we had July, October, April, June, September, and August. So basically all of the months. Great. Well, maybe she didn't paint that specifically. So this note is, we don't have a month, we just have a year, 1830 to 1831. I've been trying to encourage the Nightfall to bloom. It opens at sunset and only during a particular time of year. When exactly that occurs still remains a mystery to me. Okay. How would we know what type of moth it traps? That's a good question. Perhaps there's a hint in the fairy painting? Maybe the fairy looks similar to the moth that gets trapped? That could be the case. Over this way, right? So where's that fairy painting? Seriously, where is it? Is it this way? There you are. Oh yeah, those are very distinct wings, very distinct. So it's like, looks like a cow print on top and ladybugs at the bottom. What moth looks like that? Alright, the garden tiger moth looks like that. Cow print on top, ladybug on the bottom. So the garden tiger moth, when is the garden tiger moth active? The garden tiger moth is active. Where is it? White hawk, lime hawk, cinnabar. Garden tiger is active in September. Is that the only time it's active? Designed and printed. Okay, that actually makes sense. All right, it's active during September because that's when the flower blooms. It only blooms during September, releasing all of the garden tiger moths into the environment. Gotcha. Okay, so now we go and see what color lights, what the sunset looks like in September. So Grandma, your vault will be helpful for that. Yeah, this way. That's September. What does the sunset look like in September? That is April. That is October. All right, June. September is blue, yellow, orange, red. Remember that, chat. Blue, yellow, orange, and red in September. Blue, yellow, orange, red. Because now we're going to have to go to the attic. Blue, yellow, orange, red. Which is this way. Yep. Blue, yellow, orange, red. And we got to make this. We open this up. We get some blue. We get some yellow. Or that's orange, technically. We get some yellow, orange, and red. We will plant the plants. Of course, like you do. It's on the other side of the hall. Okay. I want Nightfall. Perfect. And now, with the right lighting, it should hopefully bloom. And go. What did I tell you, Chad? What did I tell you? Oh, it looks pretty. It reminds you of the Silent Princess from Breath of the Wild. Seeing the Nightfall bloom is a rare event. The flower only blooms with September sunsets. Night pollinators active in September, such as the garden tiger, often get trapped once the bud closes for the rest of the year. Okay. And we found this out because of the fairy painting. We found it out because of the fairy story. We found it out because of the trapped moths and the site of plants and the moth calendar and the moth poster and the grandma's research and the sunset paintings and the site of plants. There we go. All right, and now, so the only thing I don't have fully filled out is this. I guess the petition was the last thing there. Great. Of course, I guess I still don't have my wolf glove fully filled out yet, but that's because I still haven't found that one last clue, actually. Yeah, still annoying me, but whatever. I'll find it eventually. All right. Oh, we got a gatehouse delivery. Let's check it out. This has been a very pleasant puzzle game so far. I think it's like just... I like the design of the puzzles here. It's, you know, not super difficult, but it's like it lets you make those leaps of logic of like, oh, and then this must be this, and therefore this. It makes you feel smart. I'd say there are two types of puzzle games in the world. There are puzzle games that make you feel smart and puzzle games that make you feel dumb. And, well, I was gonna say, that's what we say to make people feel better. But really, there are two types of puzzle gamers in the world. Those who puzzle games make you feel smart, and those who puzzle games make you feel dumb. That's a joke. It's a joke! We're going to the formal garden now. Codes diff for everyone. Tried it. Are you the person who was asking about the, codes diff for everyone? I tried it. Oh, okay. Saying that... Okay. Well, there's different sorts of, like, things that different people are good for, or good at, with regards to puzzle games. Like, I like this sort of approach they have of, you know, you gotta, like, synthesize a bunch of different sort of things, and be like, ah, these go together logically, because they make sense together. Obviously, there's tons of different types of puzzle games. You know, Tetris is a puzzle game, too. That is a puzzle game I'm not very good at all. Let's see. Orchard. No, we're looking for the formal garden. The formal garden was like back, like actually like the interior garden area, I believe. Okay. This is not the way to the garden. See, this is the hardest part of the game, right here. Figuring out where to go in your own home. Alright, open up. Climbing up.